In today's market, a man who earns over $1 million a year, like, would you care how old he is?
I do care, yeah.
What's the age range that you would have?
Maximum is like 30. I
Maximum
wouldn't
is
date anyone
30.
who's...
So earns $1 million, maximum 30 years old. Does he have to be attractive?
Yeah.
What are the things that he has to have?
He should be there for me. He should understand me. And he should definitely have good hygiene.
A 30-year-old, attractive guy who understands you and has all of these emotional things going on that earns $1 million a year. Do you have any idea how rare that guy is?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't exist.
Is that a fact? I mean, like, do we know that for sure?
What
that
percentage of 30-year-olds do you think fall into that bracket?
0.001 something.
Right. Why would that man who is in the 0.1 want a woman who is a 6 who is currently a prostitute?
I don't know. There are men who appreciate that I do things.
This is like you are literally living in fantasy land.
Yeah.
For you to think that you would only settle for a man who's a millionaire and who's 30 years old is such a level of delusion that I think it's almost a mental illness.
It is a mental illness because mental illness is defined as somebody who isn't living in reality. If you're doing sex work or prostitution work or you're a professional OnlyFans person, you're not going to be desirable on the dating market for a man who's making 6 figures, is 6 foot tall, and wants to have children and a stay-at-home wife. Like, if that's the life that you're seeking, if you want to live coked out in like a Miami apartment for the rest of your life and die alone and miserable, well, you're making the choices in order to do that. But you have to understand where the choices you're making are going to bring you. Every single day you make a choice, and that choice affects your future just a little bit, sometimes a lot, but generally you trend towards one path or the other. Every single woman on these shows, and this is the Whatever podcast, you should subscribe to it, it's awesome. But every single woman on these shows are always wanting the same thing. A traditional man who's rich, who's tall, who wants to have babies with her and take care of her and love her unconditionally. Yet she doesn't love herself unconditionally. You do sex work and you sell your body, and like, what man is going to want that for his wife? Well, not the kind of man you're talking about. And so it's a lack of accountability and responsibility for your own decisions, and then a level of delusion about what the dating market looks like and what men want. Like, has anybody ever asked that question? You know, that's a pretty important question, especially if you're in a dating market. What do the men want out of that market? Because, you know, they're half the equation or more. And there's probably somebody who's going to be offering something better than you. That's just the reality.